Oh, hello my lovely crafty friends, it's Bella here from Rach and Bella Crafts, and I've just come on to show you what I've been making the last couple of days. I finished my, sorry, I'm just stretching a moment, finished my last pouch, so I was thinking now, what am I going to make now that I've completed this? The only thing with the sari silk, it does fray, so I may change that. After watching Roxy Creations' closure today, she made the most fantastic buttons. I'm not going to spoil it for you. You're going to go over and watch Rachel from Roxy Creations, how she's made her buttons, but you're going to be astounded. And I've ordered my stuff already. So that's the back, that's the front. I don't know whether you want to see inside, but that's that one. Rachel's already taken her blue one, and so I've got two here. I got one more to make, which is smaller, but I'm having a break from that, and I thought I'd make some Scrappy Hearts instead. So I've already been stitching. The lighting's not brilliant this evening, I'm sorry. Don't know whether you can see the stitches or not. I've got some straight stitching here and a couple of cross stitches. Yeah, there in pink. Cross stitches in green. I've just put these two on because I didn't like the material underneath, and I'm just doing some plus signs here. I don't know whether you can see those. Yes, you can. Plus signs here, straight stitching there, cross stitching on the top, and I was just about to stitch that down here, but before I do that, I'm going to show you how I made the heart. Okay, I've made 3 of that colour, so I've done 3, and they're just strips of material, as you can see. It's quite explanatory. Now what I've done with this, I've actually used a glue stick, this one, sorry, that one, and I've just glued the pieces in place just so that I can easily stitch without any pins. So that's what I've done with those. So I've got 3 of those, and I'm going to be decorating those and playing about with what I'm going to put on the top, okay? And they'll make lovely pockets, or they'll go on the front of journals. Now, I've left that loose like that. Let me show you the back of that, because then there's some batting in these. I haven't put batting on the back of those, and I'm trying to make my mind up whether or not to, so I'm just leaving it for now. I'm just stitching them, okay? But these, I've got batting in between unless I change my mind again, but they are invisibly stitched down. This will come off while I'm stitching, okay? So that stays like that. That's already invisibly stitched down. I don't know whether you can see the stitching here, look. It's just a very tiny stitch on the front, and then you have a big stitch on the back, and I'm sure you've seen this lots of times, okay? And I've made 3 of those. That's those, and as I say, the back is coming away, so I don't need the back on it yet. Let me put that one back before I lose it, and I'll be thinking I haven't made one for it. And I'm leaving it like that, so I know I don't need to attach it yet. But I was going to show you, for those of you who don't know how to make a heart, that's what I started with these, okay? And I wanted some small ones, so I've made those ready. And all you do, you can either draw it on like this, down to the peak, and that's a long one like I did with Rachel's, only it was a little bit longer. My Rachel from Rachel Bella Crafts, and I did that like that, and you can either make it slimmer, depends on the style that you want. But what I normally do, I just go in, bear in mind you want this deep bit here, so depending how deep you want it, start wherever you want the bit in the middle to be, and then just go round like so, and remember to go to your point like that, and then you've got a lovely heart. And if you want it narrower and longer, just don't make it so curved, so go in and around like that, so it won't be so curved, okay? Let's get rid of that. So there's a nice template. If you can do that with your material, all I did with these, look, I folded them in half when they were a long piece of material, and I just cut around the shape. So if you feel confident enough to do that, now I'm going to make a big fat one now, so, or I'll draw it if you like. And you start here, look, just go round like that, down like that. And that looks, and then you can see what shape you're going to have. Well, I don't like that shape. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make my own shape. And I do find it easier to do it without a, you know, a drawing on the front. And you can always go back in. You can go back in. There's a little bit of a kink there. Let's get rid of that. And that. Okay, and that's your template. So that's if you want that shape. Right? And that was getting on my nerves because it's not straight. Isn't it funny? We've all got our quirks, haven't we? Excuse me. So that's that shape, only smaller. All right, so it's longer, whereas these are fatter. So you make yours whatever design you want, and that's as easy as that. So if you've never made a heart before, it's putsy. That means easy. So all I've been doing here has been doing some stitching, as I say, and I was just about to finish this off, and I thought, oh, perhaps I'll pop the camera on and you can see what I'm up to. Now this I'm doing in just ordinary machine cotton for this, because I don't want it necessarily to be part of the design, but I want it to stay flat. So if you can see that little stitch there, all right. Now I've been watching Janet Nash on YouTube, and she makes the most wonderful little things. She makes journals, she makes hearts, she sends them out as happy mail, and she also does slow stitching. But not only does she do that, she has a dog, and the dog is part of the video. Okay, I've forgotten the dog's name now, sorry, I'm not very good with names. And also she'll take you out and about when she takes the dog out, and I don't want to spoil it all for you, but it's really twee, and that's the word I'm going to use, is very twee. Yeah, it's not the usual sort of videos that you would watch like this, or like My Rachel's or Roxy Creations. It's very much how she lives and what she does with her time, and when she goes out for a walk with the dog and so forth. And they've got a tree, and she's very much into the community, and she also puts things inside the tree, and she'll take these hearts with a little message on. Some of them have pockets, so you can put pockets on your hearts, and you can put a little message in there of hope or of something like that, and people can go along to this tree and they can just take the heart away with them. And I think that is a really lovely idea. So if you've got a community like that and you've got a tree with a hollow in it, there you are, there's an idea for you to leave your community with some hope, because we all need hope at the moment, don't we? Definitely. Right, so that's down now. So all I want to do now, excuse me, my husband's been spraying glue, and some of you may know that I'm asthmatic, but I've been fine actually since we've lived here, until he starts using things that affect my my throat. But I don't think, I'm not going to sew that. I'm going to do, I put some lace on there and I put some ribbon. I didn't fancy that underneath. I thought it spoilt it. So I've sewn it on. Or did I? Yes, I did. I glued it on, didn't I? That's right. So I can't take it off, but I thought I'd cover it with this pretty ribbon. All right. So I don't know whether you can see what I've just stitched along there. And I'm not sure, I think that one's held down, so that was okay. I don't need to do anything on there if I don't want to. So what I should do really now is finish off these cross stitches here, or plus signs. I think I was using this cotton, which is, where is it? This one. It's a DMC 543. It's a good girl. I've been putting a number on there. I don't normally, but I have this time. And this little darling thing has been an absolute boom for me, because it goes in easily. I haven't got to keep prodding like that, and I can find everything. I've got to keep my needles down this end, so I know where to find them. I've got this one down here ready. Oh, it's all threaded ready. No, that's the other cotton, isn't it? Getting confused now. Right, let me just thread this up. I don't know whether I'll get it through because it's only a tiny, tiny... Something else I learned, I don't know whether it was Catherine from K3N. Oh, that went in easy, nice. I was just going to say, you know the eye of the needle, apparently if it doesn't go in one way, turn it around and try the other side. Now, I didn't know that, I'd never heard of that, but no, sorry, it was Sarah Humphrey, because I do watch a lot of these slow stitchers and sewers, and she was giving out some tips for needles. And the other lady I've been watching is K3N, Catherine, and she's making some fabulous stuff, absolutely fabulous. And this is where I got the idea for the strips, because she's doing a 52-week prompt, and I'll let you go over and watch it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, so if you want to join in with that, I'm just making a plus sign now. Sorry, caught that then. You can't sew sometimes and talk, can you? I'm spaced that out properly now. But we got to remember, this is slow stitching. It doesn't need to be perfect by any means. And I've got the camera right in front of my face, so I can't lean in. All right, so that's a plus sign, but it should have been spaced out a little bit more. So let's try it again. And yes, Catherine is such a sweet lady. She's from England, and north of England, I believe. And she's got the most delicious hair. She's got plaits. And she's shown us how to do some braiding for the bag that she made. And then the one day she actually braided her hair as she did for the base of the mat that she was doing. So go and find her and she'll tell you all about that. And the other lady I watch is Christina. Is it Christina? I think it is, but I can't remember what her shop is called, channel's called now. I'll put them all at the bottom of the description box, so if you want to go over and have a look, if you're into slow stitching, you can certainly go and check these ladies out. And I found another lady last night that Janet watches, and she watches Janet's program, and they make these now I don't know whether they're made or whether they've actually bought them like this, but because I didn't actually see the beginning of it. They have these fairy dolls, which are cloth dolls, and they dress them up and they put jewelry on them. But what they're doing, which was fascinating me, it won't be everybody's taste, but they were really entertaining me, honestly. And they're good company because they're such fun. And the dolls are sort of on the table with them, and they're making journals. These dolls are making journals. And the one in Janet's is Flo, and I can't remember the other lady's 3 dolls. And they make tiny little journals like this, or even smaller. And obviously Janet has made them, but it's so make-believe. And I said to her in one of my comics, you should really write children's books, because her imagination is wild, absolutely wild. She's amazing. And such a lovely lady. And she'll stop in between. I've got my candle up here. And when she comes near the end, she'll light a candle, and it's just silence. And you can pray, or you can just think. If you don't pray, then you can just think of the person that you're concerned about or you want to send some love to. And you light your candle, and it's such a lovely, peaceful time. And I've been doing that with her and saying prayers for my family and people that I know and love. And it's been therapeutic for me. There we are. So I finished that. And then when she lights the candle and she's saying goodbye, this is Janet now, the dog knows that she's coming to the end of her video. And he starts to perk up because through most of it he's asleep. And the dog will perk up because he knows the treats are coming at the end. And it's really funny. It's really comical. And these scissors are wonderful. Thrilled to bits with them. They're Fiskars. and they are wonderful. So if you have trouble with your hands, these are brilliant. So there we are. I've been doing that. Let me cut that little bit off there. Only bit sticking up. So while I've been talking to you, I've finished this off. It doesn't need to be perfect, guys, okay? The scruffy, because these are meant to be scrappy, all right? And what colour shall I put on there? I don't want to put green on there. It's a bit garish. So the colours I've got out, I've got that one there, and I've got that one, which is this. I'm not sure whether or white would be nice, don't you think? So let's see if I got any white. Where would I have? There's none in here, I don't think. There's none in my box. Now I've got my embroidery boxes above my head. So bear with me a second. I'll try and do it without making a noise. Now look how easy that was for me to bring down. It's right over my head. And somebody was asking me how I stored my threads, my embroidery threads. I keep my white separate. And that's more of an off-white there, if you can see the difference. It's funny, isn't it, how you get different whites. So I've got, now this is the Cruel wool that I bought recently. It's English, 100% pure English wool. Appletons, and I got it on, I think I got it on Amazon, but I'm not 100% sure. You can get it anywhere. And I've got this from Natalie Stewart, Stranded Cotton Threads, the 5 skeins. They are beautiful. They're gorgeous, they are. They're my favourite ones. And there's another set there, and there was another set there that I bought because I wanted different colours. So they're Appletons as well. And the numbers are on them. So if you want to know the numbers, that's like a baby blue, that one, in actual fact. This is green. Does it say the names of them? No. But that one was 562, and this one is 356, that green, which is different to that one. 353 Appletons and 944 for that one. Okay, and I bought the pack there, so you can buy them in the packs up, and there's the numbers. Sorry if there's a glare. But anyway, back to sewing. Just thought took me ages to find those, because I know sometimes that Rachel from Roxy Creations, she will start using wool, and I didn't have anything thin enough. Hang on, I just don't want that falling on my head. To go through the material. That's what I'm trying to say. Catherine was saying that she's found out a lot about herself whilst doing the videos. And it's surprising how much you do learn about yourself. Now, I was going to use white, wasn't I? Why am I threading that? Here we go. Now we'll have some fun trying to do this. Because sometimes it'll come apart nicely and sometimes it gives me some problems. Shall I use 3? Yes. Just be patient with it. There we go. And I've been hanging them over my lamp. Don't laugh. So I've got them all dangling down over my little black lamp, ready for me to use, so they're not all tangled up. All right. So I need another, I'm going to cut that now because that's not level. I don't know whether that's pointy enough. Let's have a look. That's a nice one. See if I can thread it up. Oh, there we go. Woohoo! Excellent. Well, I hope you're all well. And I must, oh gosh, see, I did put cream on my hands, but because I have no dishwasher now, and I keep forgetting to put my rubber gloves on, which I hate, my hands get it because I suffer with eczema a little bit. Right, so let's get rid of that pin. Now, what should we do? Should we do straight lines across there because we've got the cross stitches there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm wondering whether I will catch that there, because I can just about see the pink underneath. All right. And I think I'm going to do a row across there, which I probably should have done in that colour, thinking about it. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to take it out, cut the knot off rather than rethread it. It is 10 to 6, so I'm getting a little bit tired because I've been working all day, and so I'm slowing down a bit, so I do apologise. The ladies, because I don't know whether you know how Rachel's got ADHD. We've discovered that the boys have it as well. I'm doing it again, aren't I? Apparently, Rachel speeds up my videos because I'm talking too slowly. And a lot of people have said how calming my voice is. I didn't realise how slow I was speaking, and I don't think I'm speaking that slow. And so does Jez. She speeds up some of the videos. So if I'm a bit too slow, you can speed me up. But you know, you've got to be yourself, haven't you? You can't be something that you're not. So I can only be what I am. And they've found a solution for themselves, so that's good. Well, that's looking rather nice and dainty. Might take me a bit longer. This is obviously old thread, because when it does that and your threads don't sit nicely, you know, when they bunch up, sometimes I think that means that they're old. See what they're doing? They're splitting, look. So maybe I should have gone with the other colour, white. Yes, I don't like that. I don't know why it's doing that. Shouldn't be doing that, should it? I'm going to take that out a minute. Yeah, it's doing something. Oh no, you're getting the warts and all. Got to be real, haven't you? Let me see what's happening there. I do wonder, actually, whether they were bunched up because the one was longer than the other. And I think I probably cut it off and I didn't need to. I just need to make it a bit longer. Oh, talking about, no, not talking about, but thinking about. I don't know whether you remember me saying I had trouble with my ear. Well, apparently, when I finally got to the doctor's, he had a look in my ear. I don't know whether I told you this story. I can't remember. Oh, I'm not doing very well with that, am I? Apparently, when he looked in my eardrum was swollen quite a bit. And that's why I couldn't hear what I was saying properly. And also, it was cloudy, so there was obviously a lot of fluid in there, which hasn't cleared up yet, which I'm concerned about. And he gave me antibiotics for a week, but it's still not gone. So I am getting a little bit concerned. So I don't know. I've had it since before Christmas, so if you've got any ideas of how I can clear it up, let me know. I don't get earache. The funny thing is, it's just as if I feel somebody's shoved something right down in my ear. But of course, that's probably been the swelling. And I've had problems with it since I had COVID, not last November, the November before. And my ear wasn't the same afterwards. But that was the one I had an operation on when I was in my 30s for a perforated eardrum. So I don't know what's happened. But I have got a weakness in my ears, I'm afraid. So thank you for your thoughts and your kind comments. I hope you're all doing well. We did hear some sad news this morning. If you can remember Rory. Is her name Rory? No, I always get it wrong. Please think of her and her family. I'm not giving any details because it's not my place. But one of our ladies needs prayer. And we do like to look after each other, don't we? And if we live distance away, and I believe she's in, I think it's America. I don't think it's Canada, but I think it's America. And even so, distance doesn't matter with our community, does it? We still love and care for each other, even though we're miles apart. So, Rachel, if you on Junk Journal Trading Post Facebook page, Rachel has put something on there, my Rachel, so you can catch up with what's happened on there. I'm not going to say any more. So go over to Junk Journal Trading Post and find Rachel's post, and she'll explain a bit more. But I don't think she went into details. Bless them. Life's hard sometimes, isn't it? What would we do if we didn't have a craft? I don't know what I would do, I've got to be honest. I started doing this when I lost my mum. Because at the time, my husband was a vicar. I'll have to take that out a minute, put it the other way. And we were really, really busy, but my mum passed away. It'll be 6 years this year. And I started doing, I was doing messy church, but then I started doing messy vintage with the elderly, and I was doing four originally, nursing homes, and they were such fun. But originally I was working with children, and that was great as well with the families. But of course I was doing craft as well as getting the message across, you know, the Christian message, but I did it through craft. And if you don't know about messy church, then that should be over there. Hang on, let's get this right now before I stitch it down. And it was a great solace to me after losing my mother. And then my husband then retired a few years later. And then, of course, we had COVID. And I really got into crafting then when COVID came. I mean, what else were we going to do? There's only so much television you can watch. Only so much washing and ironing you can do or want to do. So crafting was a godsave, I tell you, a godsend. And then Rachel started doing it, my Rachel. And it's been lovely. Oh, I quite like that, don't you? I think that's lovely. And of course, we can add more lace if we want to. So I'll just finish this off and then I'll stitch the cream lace down. And I'm almost there. And then if I want to put anything else, like yo-yos, I can do that. You could put beads on them. Do all manner of things. I'll turn that back around now and put it where I want it. Because I don't really want it. See, that's where I'm covering up. I don't really want it to go up where the stitches are now. Because I want the stitches to show. But because I was yapping then, or talking, I did actually, I might have to cover that bit up, but never mind. So there, that goes in there like so. There we are. And that'll do nicely. And then I'm going to switch now from the white to the cream, because I just want the lace to show. I don't want a colour on it. Okay? But I want that to come over the top. Hope you can see this okay. I've got my camera down quite low, so... Oh, I hope I was on screen just now. Oh, I bet I wasn't. We all do it, you know, we all go off screen. Especially when we're concentrating. It's really hard to stay on screen, but I think I might have been over there because I was relaxed, I was talking, so I do apologise. Might have to edit that bit out. Not that I'm great at editing, I haven't got a clue. This is so relaxing though. I mean, you can understand why people do go off camera. You get into a zone. There we are. Didn't take long, did it? These mats, by the way, they're felt mats. This, and you can put your pins in. Like I've come off and I've stuck my needle there, and they're really handy. And it helps you to stay. Another thing to help you stay on screen as well. So they're more than handy. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? The other thing I wanted to say to you, you know, if you use a phone or an iPhone, not an iPhone, iPad, I've been doing it for a long time, but I noticed that Catherine has discovered it as well. If you've got an iPad and it's a touch screen, you can go like that and you can zoom in. So if I'm a long way away from you, or if somebody's a long way away from you, you want to see the detail, you can zoom in yourself. You can just go like that with your fingers, and the screen will open up and magnify. All right? And I think that's brilliant. I'm wondering, I think I'm going to leave that loose because I'm going to be stitching around the edge there. I think I will. I think I'll leave that, and I think that's enough of that. All right? So that's that. Right, let's have a look. Oh, I think that's quite cute, don't you? Really cute. Get rid of those. Now I have got some pretty lace here. Excuse me. But I don't want to put it on this one. I was thinking more of... Let me take that backing off there a minute. I can't make my mind up whether I'm just going to put some there and some up there and then a bow. But I was wondering whether or not to actually do some straight stitching, tiny stitches around here to highlight the flower. So I haven't made my mind up about that yet. I want to keep those two together. I don't want to lose that. So I'm thinking about that. This big one here, I think that's lovely. And I'll tell you what I've got, if I can find them. I've got so many boxes here now, you wouldn't believe. I've actually put them, no, here they are, up there again. Very easy for me to lift down. Here they are. And this one, I was thinking of putting a pretty bow on there. Let me move that one out of the way a sec. But I've yet to put the backing on, and then I shall be doing stitches all the way round, okay? And then that then will finish it off. I've just found some bits. And I've got different, and if you wanted to, you could couch something like this. You could put that on there as well, all right? And that could go on the top of there, and I might even couch that down. I think I quite like that, but I think I might do that on the big one, actually. After I've done the, why is that sitting? See? That would be nice, wouldn't it? So if I put this, let's use this just for the sake of looking at it. But I do like that frayed edge there, so I'm just wondering whether I would go, excuse me, cover that. I think I would cover that with some of that. You could even, if you wanted to, put some on there and then put some down here, all right? And then I've also got, I've got these, but they're the wrong colour. I did have another one somewhere, but it's disappeared. Oh, the other thing I've got are these lovely daisies. Always have trouble finding which way round they are because they twist. Is that the right way? That way. So I could put those on there as well. And you could just go on layering it up. What else have I got? I did have another one somewhere. Oh, here. This one could go on there, but it's the wrong colour. But anything like that, if you've got something like that. But I prefer the pink one, I think, because it matches that. Or I could have, I've got a deep pink here, look. I've got different colour ones. We don't want yellow. We could put a white on there. That would be a nice contrast, actually. That would be nice, don't you think? And it's got a nice tail on that. Oh, yes, I think so. Because I think too much pink, the one is going to dissolve into the other. So what do you think? The white one or the pink one? Pink's pretty. So I can play with that, and I might even put a little bit of a piece of lace underneath that. So there's some ideas for you. I'm not going to do any more stitching now because it's late, and I just wanted to touch base with you all. So I'll put my needles back into my sausage. Oh, and the other thing that Janet does, a sewing machine. She names her sewing machine, and a lot of the ladies that watch her channel have named their sewing machines as well. So it's no good me naming my sewing machine because I would forget what I named it, because I'm not very good with names, am I? So I don't think I'll bother with that. But it's really comical. It's really funny. So there we are. So that's what we've made. Let's move that out of the way. And I've got loads of lace, so I shall fish my lace out. Sorted all my lace out the other day. There's my white. So there we are. There's lots for you to look at. Put that one on the top. And there we go. So there's some ideas for you to make some Scrappy Hearts for either a slow stitch book or even to send out as happy mail. Okay, have a good day, and I'll speak to you all again soon. So take care now and look after yourselves. God bless.